Under Joe's plan, essentially, we retain the status quo.
That's not true.
No,
It is
that's
exactly
not right.
true. Thank you. And, by the way, Joe, under your plan, you asked me how we're going to pay for it. Under your plan, I'll tell you how we're paying for it right now. The average worker in America, their family makes $60,000 a year. That family is now paying $12,000 a year for health care, 20% of their income. Under Medicare for All, that family will be paying $1,200 a year because we're eliminating the profiteering of the drug companies and the insurance companies and ending this Byzantine and complex administration of thousands of separate healthcare plans.
Senator Klobuchar, I'm going to come to you.
My name was mentioned.
Yes, I'm going to come to you for 45 seconds. 45 seconds for Vice President Biden.
Not interrupted here, all right? I'm going to interrupt now. It costs $30 trillion. Let's get that straight. $30 trillion over 10 years. Some say it costs $20 trillion. Some say it costs $40. The idea that you're going to be able to save that person making $60,000 a year on Medicare for All is absolutely preposterous. 16% of the American public is on Medicare now, and everybody has a tax taken out of their paycheck now. Tell me, you're going to add 84% more, and there's not going to be higher taxes? At least before he was honest about it.
Joe.
It's going to increase personal taxes. They're going to be...
That's right. We are going to increase personal taxes. But we're eliminating premiums. We're eliminating co-payments. We're eliminating deductibles. We're eliminating all out-of-pocket expenses. And no family in America will spend more than $200 a year on prescription drugs.
What is up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here. And before I start with this video, I just wanted to address the fact that I haven't uploaded in a while. And even before the last time I uploaded, I didn't upload for a while before then, too. So you might be wondering, is Mateo losing interest in politics? Is he losing interest in YouTube? And to that, I just say, no, I'm not. I'm still as interested as I was when I was constantly making videos, but every few months there's this strange thing that happens where I just take a natural break. Not because I feel burnt out or anything, but I just genuinely take a natural break for some unknown reason. And then I come back and it goes back to normal. So this is going to be the last highlight I have from this debate. And you might be wondering, Mateo, you barely made any highlights. You only made 3 highlight videos. And I understand that. But this one highlight may as well be split into 2 because lots of stuff happened in that clip that I just showed you, and there's also lots to discuss. So there are mainly 2 things that happened in that moment. First of all, Bernie Sanders said private insurance is the idea of the status quo, and Joe Biden and Amy Klobuchar were like, no, that's wrong. And I'm like, no way. So I used to think that all the centrists can acknowledge that the American people want Medicare for all, but they just are not for it. They're trying to make up excuses. But with Amy Klobuchar and Joe Biden, they're like, come on, guys. Get out of here, Bernie. You're crazy. Private insurance isn't the status quo. Medicare for all is so radical. Stop acting like we're out of touch. And I'm like, but you are. Even according to Real Clear Politics, a far right-wing source, mind you, according to them, Medicare for all whoa, I'm losing my words. Pardon me. 65% of the American people are for Medicare for all. Now, what happens if you say, oh, how about Medicare for all, but we completely cancel your private insurance plans? You don't have it as an option. It's just Medicare for all. You're forced into it. And mind you, to use the word forced. Even then, it is narrow, but the majority of people still want that, too. It's 55% of the American people that are for Medicare for all if it were to, in a mandatory manner, strip away all of your private insurance. Even then, the American people are for it. But obviously, Joe Biden and Amy Klobuchar and their advisors don't even understand that. Because when Bernie comes out and says, you guys are the status quo, they're like, oh my god, you crazy socialist, what's wrong with you? Private insurance isn't the status quo, you're just radical. The center is the way to go. And I'm like, what? You actually can't acknowledge that the American people are for Medicare for all. What's wrong? What's up? Are you not in touch with the American people? I don't understand. I really don't. And then, when I tell people, come on, being a progressive is the way to go. You gotta be progressive. You gotta fight hard to the left. Then you go like, well, why is Joe Biden in first place then in the primaries? If going to the left is a true way to go, then shouldn't, I don't know, Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren or somebody like that be in first place? And to that I say, here's my answer. Sure, Joe Biden is in the lead, but when you actually stack up Bernie's votes, Warren's votes, aka how they're doing polls, Andrew Yang's votes, Tulsi Gabbard's votes, when you combine their support, it actually goes above Joe Biden's. So it's just that these four progressives are splitting the progressive vote. But when you combine them together, they easily overpower Biden. It's not even a challenge. They just overpower him. So it actually is the right way to go to the left. And with Elizabeth Warren, you could argue she isn't as far left as Bernie Sanders, but nevertheless, she is still progressive. And I'm so surprised that these centrists don't even understand that. They actually believe that somehow an idea of the status quo is not private insurance. They think that Medicare for all is too far left, and these people are just crazy socialists, and we're not out of touch. We're not the status quo. Okay, so now a quick summarization of the very first highlight that I just talked about. Bernie Sanders calls out Joe Biden and Amy Klobuchar for basically being out of touch. But he doesn't directly say that. He just says that their ideas with the whole issue of healthcare are of the status quo, and they denied it, which just goes to show how out of touch they actually are. And so Bernie was definitely right in that exchange. Now I'm going to talk about the second highlight of that debate moment, and that second highlight is when Bernie Sanders basically said, sure, under Medicare for All, Americans' taxes will be raised, but their co-payments, deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses, and premiums will all be eliminated under my administration, under Medicare for All. It's almost funny because that one sentence just destructs, and blows up the whole argument made by the centrists and the status quo and out-of-touch and corporate Democrats. It destroys the whole argument of, Medicare for all is too expensive. It does. That one sentence managed to take it down. Why? Because Joe Biden was just fear-mongering, saying Americans' taxes are going to be raised under Medicare for all. And not only that, but it cost $30 trillion. Some say 20, some say 40. Either way, it's from 20 to $40 trillion. And Bernie Sanders just says, alright, Joe, step the F aside. Just let me speak. Sure, Americans' taxes will be raised, but let's not also forget that their co-payments, deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses, and premiums will all be deleted, canceled, and eliminated. I keep saying things like 3 times over in different ways today. I don't know why. Whatever. Let's go back to the topic. So I love how that one sentence just takes the whole entire argument of, it costs too much. The Americans' taxes will be raised. Dude, Bernie just said that, people's irritating things like co-payments, deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses, and premiums will be eliminated. So right then and there, the whole centrist argument is destroyed. Because, sure, they're right. Sure, Americans' taxes will be raised, and sure, it's going to cost a lot, but let's not also forget the Americans are going to have free healthcare. So even if they pay so many taxes, the free healthcare is going to make up for that money they're spending. If anything, it's a net loss in the amount of money they have to spend overall in their life. Not only that, but of course, co-payments, deductibles, premiums, and other things like that are also going to be eliminated. So they actually have a net gain of money. It isn't as simple as, you want free healthcare? We're going to raise taxes on you. Yeah, but it's free healthcare also, so you're going to make up for that money. Not to mention all the other things that will be eliminated. So, summarization of both of these debate moments. We have the first one where Bernie Sanders slams Joe Biden and Amy Klobuchar for being out of touch, basically. They deny it. And second one, Bernie Sanders basically defends Medicare for all in the best way I've seen in all the debates. This is why I say Bernie Sanders did the best job in this debate. Even better than, let's say, the second debate. And in this, of course, in the second highlight of this debate, which was the second point that I made in this video, Bernie Sanders defended Medicare for all to the core and went like, sure, Americans' taxes will be raised, but their deductibles, co-payments, premiums, and out-of-pocket expenses will all be deleted. So, thank you for watching this video, guys. I'll see you guys later. And I might drop another video today about Julian Castro dropping out. See you guys later, and bye.